Our journey begins in a quaint, seemingly peaceful village tucked away in the heart of England. A place where time itself appears to have paused, where the cobblestone streets and thatched roof cottages paint a picture of idyllic tranquility. The villagers, a tight-knit community, live in harmony, their lives intertwined like the ivy that clings to the ancient stone walls of their homes. Among them was a man who stood out, not for his stature or wealth, but for his heart. A jovial soul, known to all as the life of the village, the man with an ever-present smile and a kind word for everyone. His name was Thomas, a humble baker by trade, but a friend, confidant, and advisor to many. His laughter echoed in the lanes, his kindness woven into the very fabric of the village. However, one fateful day, Thomas, the heart of the village, vanished. It was a day like any other, the sun peeking through the clouds, the air filled with the comforting aroma of freshly baked bread. But as the day wore on, the village was shrouded in an uncomfortable silence. The jovial laughter was absent, and the warm, welcoming bakery remained eerily quiet. As dusk fell, the realization dawned on the villagers: Thomas was nowhere to be found. Confusion turned to concern escalated to panic. The villagers searched high and low, knocking on every door, peering into every nook and cranny. But Thomas had disappeared, as if swallowed by the earth itself. In the days that followed, the village was gripped by a chilling sense of dread. Each sunrise brought hope, each sunset despair. The once lively chatter was replaced by hushed whispers, the laughter by stifled sobs. The village was a living, breathing entity, mourning the loss of its heart. Despite their best efforts, the villagers found no trace of Thomas. There were no signs of a struggle, no indication of foul play. His belongings were untouched, his bakery left as if he would return at any moment. The lack of any evidence only deepened the mystery, the question echoing in the empty streets: where was Thomas? Theories began to circulate, each more chilling than the last. Some spoke of a supernatural entity, a vengeful spirit consuming the villagers one by one. Others whispered of an ancient curse, a punishment for some forgotten sin. Yet others suggested a darker, more human evil at play. The local authorities were baffled, unable to provide any answers. The case of the vanishing villager remained an enigma, a puzzle missing its crucial piece. The village was left in a state of suspended animation, the joy and camaraderie replaced by fear and suspicion. The villagers lived in the shadow of this unsolved mystery, each day a reminder of the friend they had lost. The laughter had faded, but the memory of Thomas remained, a ghost haunting the empty streets. The village had lost its heart, and with it, its spirit. As the sun set, the village was cloaked in an ominous silence, the once jovial spirit replaced with a chilling sense of dread. The eerie enigma of the vanishing villager had transformed the peaceful haven into a chilling tableau of fear and uncertainty. The tale of the quaint village and its missing heart, a chilling reminder of the mysteries that lurk in the most unexpected corners of our world. From the quiet English countryside, we now venture into the bustling city of New York in the late 1980s. A metropolis known for its vibrant nightlife and towering skyscrapers, New York was gripped by an unsettling series of break-ins during this period. The city, typically associated with lights, life, and ceaseless energy, was suddenly cast in the shadow of an enigmatic figure, the one the newspapers would soon dub as the Midnight Marauder. The marauder's modus operandi was peculiar. Unlike typical burglars, he didn't seem interested in valuables. No, his interests lay elsewhere. His victims often awoke to find their homes in disarray, personal items moved or missing, but nothing of significant value taken. It was as if the intruder was more interested in creating a sense of unease and fear than in material gain. The victims' accounts painted a picture of an unseen intruder, a phantom who slipped in and out of homes with an eerie ease. Some spoke of waking up to the chilling sensation of being watched, only to find their rooms empty. Others reported hearing faint footsteps in the dead of night, a chilling whisper of movement that vanished as quickly as it came. The authorities were baffled. Despite the increasing frequency of these break-ins, there was a startling lack of tangible evidence. No fingerprints, no footprints, no surveillance footage. The Midnight Marauder was a ghost, invisible and intangible, leaving behind only a lingering sense of fear. As the investigation continued, speculation ran rampant. Theories ranged from the plausible to the downright absurd. Was the marauder a master thief, using the break-ins as a smokescreen for a larger, more sinister plan? Or was he a disturbed individual feeding off the fear and paranoia he instilled in his victims? The city was on edge. The once bustling nightlife quieted. People rushed home as the sun set, bolting doors and checking locks with a newfound vigilance. Friends and neighbors kept a close watch, their sense of community replaced by a collective dread. The city that never sleeps was suddenly wide awake, and it was terrified. In the midst of this chaos, a breakthrough seemed to appear. A woman claimed to have seen the marauder. She described a figure clad in black, his face hidden by a mask. He moved with a predatory grace, disappearing into the shadows as quickly as he emerged. Yet when the police arrived, there was no sign of the intruder, no evidence to support her claim. It was as if she had seen a ghost. This account, whether true or a product of the growing hysteria, only served to heighten the fear. The marauder was no longer a faceless threat. He was a figure in the shadows, a boogeyman that lurked in the dark corners of the city. Despite their best efforts, the police were unable to catch the marauder. The break-ins continued, each one more unsettling than the last. The city held its breath, waiting for the next strike, the next invasion of their sanctuary. And then, as suddenly as they started, the break-ins stopped. The midnight marauder vanished, leaving behind a city scarred by fear and paranoia. The police continued their investigation, but the trail had gone cold. The marauder, it seemed, had slipped away into the night. In the years that followed, the city slowly returned to normal. The fear subsided, replaced by a cautious relief. The midnight marauder became a ghost story, a chilling tale told in hushed whispers. Yet for those who lived through it, the memories remained, a haunting reminder of the unseen terror that once stalked their streets. As the city that never sleeps fell into a restless slumber, the question lingered: who was the midnight marauder? We leave the city behind and venture onto the desolate highways of Nevada, where a chilling story unfolds. It's a tale that's been whispered among truckers and travelers for decades, a story that has turned even the most skeptical heads and raised the hairs on the backs of the bravest necks. It's the tale of the Phantom Hitchhiker. Imagine, if you will, driving down a lonely highway late at night. The moon is hidden behind a veil of clouds. There's nothing but the hum of the engine, the occasional hoot of an owl, and the endless expanse of the desert. Suddenly, in your headlights, a figure appears. It's a hitchhiker, thumb extended, a specter in the night. You pull over, offer a ride, and the figure climbs in. The hitchhiker is quiet, gives no name, and only points forward when asked for a destination. The journey continues, the radio hisses with static, and the hitchhiker remains silent, a ghostly presence in the passenger seat. And then, in the blink of an eye, they're gone. The seat beside you is empty, the door still shut. There's no sign of the hitchhiker, no trace, no explanation, just the echo of a presence and the chilling sensation of the inexplicable. This isn't just a single account. It's a narrative that's played out over and over again, reported by different drivers, each with their own harrowing encounter. The Phantom Hitchhiker has become a legend on these desolate highways, a tale told in hushed whispers at truck stops and roadside diners. Of course, law enforcement and skeptics alike have tried to debunk these accounts. Investigations have been launched, inquiries made, but no evidence has ever been found. No footprints, no fingerprints, no physical trace of any kind. The only evidence that remains are the stories, the shaken voices of the drivers, and the lingering fear that grips the heart of every traveler on these lonely roads. Psychologists have been called upon to provide logical explanations. Mass hysteria, shared hallucinations, the power of suggestion, these are just some of the theories put forth. But none of these theories can fully explain the eerie consistency of the accounts, the chilling details that remain the same in every story. The Phantom Hitchhiker has become more than just a chilling tale. It's a symbol of the unexplained, a testament to the mysteries that lie in the shadows of our world. It's a story that continues to haunt the highways of Nevada, a ghostly presence that refuses to be silenced. The fear and unease that grip the highway travelers are palpable. The Phantom Hitchhiker has become a terrifying legend, whispered among the truckers and travelers who dare to journey down these desolate highways at night. Each hitchhiker spotted in the glow of the headlights is viewed with suspicion, each silent passenger a potential phantom. The once mundane act of picking up a hitchhiker has become a nerve-wracking ordeal, a chilling gamble with the unknown. The phantom hitchhiker has left a lasting impact on the highways of Nevada. The tale continues to be told, the fear continues to spread, and the mystery remains unsolved. No one knows who the phantom hitchhiker is, where they come from, or why they vanish mid-journey. All that is known is the chilling sensation they leave behind, the eerie silence that fills the car, and the haunting stories that continue to circulate. These desolate highways have become the stage for a chilling mystery, a terrifying tale that has no end, no beginning, and no explanation. It's a story that continues to unfold, a legend that continues to grow, a phantom that continues to haunt. As the lonely highway stretched on into the darkness, the phantom hitchhiker became a terrifying legend. From the open road, we now find ourselves in the quiet solitude of a writer's cabin in the dense woods of Maine. Here, in the silence broken only by the rustling leaves and the occasional chirping of a distant bird, a chilling tale unfolds. The tale of the silent scribe, a story not penned by an author, but rather about one. In the center of this storm was a man named Richard Sullivan, a renowned author known for his spine-chilling horror novels. His words had the power to make the bravest heart skip a beat and the calmest minds tremble with fear. But it was not his stories that sent shudders down our spine today. It was the tale of his own life's abrupt end that haunted us. Richard was found dead in his cabin, his lifeless body lying cold in the eerie solitude. The scene was oddly poetic and profoundly disturbing at the same time. Pages of his unfinished manuscript were strewn about, scattered like autumn leaves, each carrying a fragment of a story that would now remain untold. His typewriter, the instrument of his creativity, still hummed in the background. Its rhythm, a haunting reminder of the words that once flowed from it. The initial shock of Richard's demise was soon replaced by a wave of confusion and intrigue. The circumstances surrounding his death were as mysterious as they were terrifying. There were no signs of forced entry, no evidence of a struggle, and no discernible cause of death. Richard's heart had simply stopped beating as if he had been scared to death. The local law enforcement was as baffled as everyone else. They scoured the cabin and its surroundings, hoping to find some clue, some lead that could shed light on this perplexing case. They interviewed the few locals who knew Richard, but they could offer little more than their shock and condolences. Richard was a recluse, preferring the company of his books and his imagination to that of people. As the days turned into weeks, the investigation seemed to hit a dead end. No leads, no suspects, no motive. The only thing the police had was a cabin filled with half-written stories and a typewriter that seemed to echo the silence left by Richard's untimely death. The case was as enigmatic as the author himself, and it seemed to be slipping through the fingers of those trying to solve it. But the lack of progress did not deter the curious and the brave. Amateur sleuths and professional investigators alike were drawn to the case like moths to a flame. They pored over Richard's manuscripts, dissected his life, and speculated wildly on internet forums. Theories ranged from the mundane to the supernatural, from a secret lover's quarrel gone wrong to a curse from a disgruntled spirit of a character from one of Richard's novels. But none of these theories could be substantiated, and none brought them any closer to the truth. As time wore on, the case of the silent scribe took on a life of its own. It became a tale told in hushed whispers, a mystery that intrigued and terrified in equal measure. People began to venture near the cabin, drawn by a morbid curiosity and a desire to be a part of the silent scribe's story. Yet none dared to enter, for the cabin was a chilling reminder of the mystery that lay within its wooden walls. And so the cabin stood silent in the heart of the woods, a testament to the life and death of Richard Sullivan, the silent scribe. The typewriter fell silent, the manuscripts gathered dust, and the mystery deepened. This chilling tale of a writer's inexplicable death became a story in itself, one that would remain unfinished, just like Richard's last novel. As the cabin stood silent in the heart of the woods, the mystery of the silent scribe remained unsolved. It became a dreadful drama that continued to haunt us, a chilling enigma that was as captivating as it was terrifying. And perhaps just like the best of Richard's stories, the tale of the Silent Scribe was destined to leave its readers in suspense, forever wondering, forever guessing, forever shivering in the face of the unknown. We end our journey in a small town in Louisiana, where a chilling tale of a cursed coin unfolds. In the heart of the American South, where history lingers like the heavy scent of magnolia blossoms, a tale of a cursed coin has woven itself into the fabric of local lore. Our story begins in the late 19th century with the town's founder, a wealthy man known for his eccentricities. Among his many oddities was a gold coin, minted in the year of his birth. He considered it his lucky charm. However, after his untimely demise under mysterious circumstances, the coin was passed down to his eldest son. The son, a prosperous merchant, soon found his fortunes dwindling. His once thriving business fell into ruin, his health declined, and within a year he too met a tragic end. The coin was then passed to his daughter, who, despite being a picture of health, fell ill and passed away within months. As the coin moved from one family member to another, a pattern of misfortune emerged, giving birth to whispers of a curse. Local authorities, initially skeptical, began to investigate the strange series of events. Each owner of the coin, they discovered, had suffered unnatural tragedies leading to their untimely deaths. As the investigations deepened, so did the fear and superstition within the town. The coin was considered a harbinger of doom, a physical manifestation of a curse that bound the town in a grip of terror. With each passing of the coin, the town would hold its breath, waiting for the next tragedy to unfold. Some brave souls attempted to rid the town of the curse, trying to lose the coin or melt it down. But each time, the coin would mysteriously reappear, as if bound by some invisible force to the town. Theories began to circulate. Some suggested the coin was cursed by a scorned lover of the town's founder. Others believed it was an act of revenge by a business rival. Yet no theory could be substantiated with any concrete evidence. The coin remained an enigma, its curse an unsolved mystery. The horrifying history of the coin has become a cautionary tale, a chilling reminder of the unseen forces that may lurk in the shadows. The coin, now held in a local museum, is encased in glass, untouched by human hands. Yet the town still lives under its long shadow, the fear of the curse ingrained in its collective memory. Despite the dark history, or perhaps because of it, the cursed coin has become a part of the town's identity. It has shaped its folklore, its cautionary tales, and its collective consciousness. The coin, once a symbol of prosperity, now serves as a stark reminder of the thin line that separates fortune from misfortune, life from death, and reality from the supernatural. In the end, whether the coin is truly cursed or simply a victim of circumstance and superstition is a question that remains unanswered. The town continues to live with the legacy of the coin, each generation passing down the chilling tale to the next. As the coin changed hands, the town held its breath, waiting for the next chapter in the horrifying history of the cursed coin. Today, the coin lies dormant, its power seemingly contained. Yet the town knows better than to sigh in relief, for as long as the coin exists, so does its curse, a chilling specter hovering over the town, waiting to write the next chapter in its horrifying history.
Do you enjoy spooky short stories? Consider subscribing.